Cancer, how you doing? Welcome to your Astroflower reading going from the 20th through to the 26th of November. I tell you what, this is that Three of Swords has popped up here on your relationship side. It's coming in from the universe, and it seems that quite a few people have had that, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. The rest of them seem really nice. There seems to be a leap of faith in love here, and it's making things move very, very quickly for you. There's a lot of opportunities to be had, I think, within that. But I think your curiosity has really got to sort of be absolutely clear about where you're going and what cup you want to choose, basically. On your financial side, a little bit of a different kettle of fish. It's a sort of it's a chink in the armor, so you can see the light and you know where to go. You know what to do in order to get what you want. And to do this, you're going to have to be a little bit more sort of in control emotionally about what you're putting into your business, your project, or your job. And it's gonna free yourself up from all of that. So overall energies here, you get the Nine of Cups. Yeah, I think there's a lot of opportunities here, and I think this ties in a little bit with this Eight of Cups here, of where you've come from, and on the other side, this is funny, you've got two eights on your past here. The Eight of Cups here, and on your relationship side, and the Eight of Swords on your financial side. And this is leading, you forward with the Nine of Cups. So there's a lot of opportunities here for you to be having on your relationship side and also on your financial side. But it's having that clarity about where you're going and seeing the good and the bad and not cheating yourself. On your relationship side, you have the Queen of Pentacles. I think you can rely on your karmic path here. Yeah, I think I think the karmic path here, or the karmic message here, is to know what bears fruit over time, and that's why she sat at the tree, at the base of the tree of knowledge, and she's got this pentacle. She knows that tree is going to give fruit, at certain times of certain seasons, and this is what gives her security. And I think you might need to remember that as you're going down your path, because at the top it's very fast. There's a lot going on, and it's going on a lot quickly, very quickly. And I think it's good to be have a good bit of clarity on that for your karmic path. On your from the universe, you get the Three of Swords. Is the universe trying to cause you pain? No, I don't think so. I think there's lessons to be learned in what's going on at the moment, in how you're approaching certain situations that are very similar to the past that caused you pain. And I think the universe is trying to help you recognize that. And I think this is why your karmic mission is sort of very sturdy, very consistent, methodical in a way, and I think you wanted to discover love. So you went out, your curiosity took you there, and you walked away from whatever situations you did in the past, and you're walking towards that curiosity, and you found it. It's a bit of a leap of faith. I think you're at the moment, you're a little bit out of your comfort zone, which I think is a good thing. It's helping you to see things in a different way. It's also starting of a whole new journey, and it does feel like that, especially with the with the Chariot card at the top. You've got a lot going on, and it's happening very, very quickly. It's sensation of winning, yes, and advancing. There is no doubt about it. But at the same time, I think that is it's almost like, have you ever done sailing? You've got the sail you've got the wind in your sails, and you're using the direction of the boat in order to play with the strength of the wind. And I think that's what that wisdom is about. It's not holding you back here. It's just a case of sort of having that consistency, the longer term sort of ideals of it all. On your financial side, you get temperance here. I think the weight is coming to an end. It's coming to an end because you are now getting that chink in the pathway. It's like looking for a forest, and all of a sudden you see the sun, and you see a clear way out of the forest. That's what this patient card is all about. You've been patient about that, and it seems like you've now found this. And I think the universe is encouraging that within you. That Two of Cups there to help you to get in alignment with your higher self in regards to what you're doing in the way of a business, in the way of a project, or in the way of a job, whatever it is. On your past to your future, you had the Eight of Swords, like you had the 8 over this side here, it's here as well. That's something that's blocked. An 8 is 2 squares, and that's like a square tends to block things, and then you got another square that's sort of like set over it, so it's like a double block, and it's a double block. This is where you've come from, and this is freeing you up. That's come to an end, I think, because you got the Hermit card, and the Hermit has learned a lot. It's also an expression of way of being a hermit. And the Hermit's learned a lot about what is good and what is bad. The sunny side of the mountains and the shady side of the mountains. They know their shadow self. And because they know their shadow self, this is where you should have a lot of control over your emotions. And having control over your environment, emotional environment, or energetic environment that is around you will bring you enormous amounts of benefits with all that sort of wheat that's blowing through there. I'm going to have a bit of my tea. Started running with my dog again, which is, sorry. I'll tell you anyway. I started running with my dog again. I haven't been running with my dog with Cody for about over a year now, right? And I think it's helping me to clear my throat. Just thought I'd tell you that. Anyway, let's just do a bit of clarification with the Light Seeds card. Thank you for all the support you give this channel. Very much appreciated. In any which way you see fit. There's loads of links in the description below. Also to our sister channel, which you can go over there to see. With the 9 of Cups, you get the Temperance. So that's twice the Temperance is there. And I think the Temperance is as well. It's like changing night and day. So that is what Temperance is about. Patience. The reason we're patient to then be in action. And I think the action is now coming in for you, Cancer. Patience is coming to an end, and those gifts are coming towards you. With the Queen of Pentacles, you get the 5 of Wands. Is it conflict? Do you need conflict in there? I don't think so. It doesn't seem like it. I think you may have learned about conflict, maybe, and that may have ties in with that 3 of Swords, and maybe that's something that you need to sort of like be wary of and keep your feet on the ground for the situation that is at the moment, because above that you've got the Chariot and the Fool. That's very airy sort of situations there, very fast moving. So I think being the best example of yourself and recognizing that is really important. With the 3 of Swords, you get the Sun. It is learning about that past sort of scenario which may have caused you pain, so you don't repeat the same things, and you literally just let love and happiness envelope your whole way of being, I think that's what the universe is trying to sort of like sort of say to you. With the Eight of Cups, you get the Moon. I think you're walking away because it was unsure. It was unclear about what you should be doing, where you should be going, who you should be with, what you should be, what relationships you should be connecting with. And I think you've walked away from that because you're now curious about what you wanted. And it's a bit of a leap of faith, and I think you're going down it. It's going to that. With the Fool card, you get the Lovers. So yeah, I think this is what you've taken steps towards with the Eight of Cups. You're walking towards that, and I think that does actually bring you a lot more sense of security in the sense that you know that Moon card, those hidden emotions are now sort of like in the past, and you're being very open and everything like that, and it's making things move very quickly. With the Chariot, you get the Devil card. The Devil is in the detail. I think this is what I was talking about here, just like that side there. Being sure about how things progress in the future, knowing the cycles of things, and being almost a little bit obsessive about that in the direction you're taking your relationships. It could also be that someone's a little bit obsessive about you and going incredibly quickly. That's also another sort of possibility, but I just think it's good to see all sides of every side. But it's so beautiful that it does have to be investigated. So, yeah, investigate it. But, but just investigate life, but also be, very, conscious of, of how things progress, basically. With the Temperance card, you get the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, really nice. I think your patience is coming to an end here. Well, not your patience is coming to an end. The fact that you have to be patient is coming to an end, and you're really moving on. But it's moving on because you now see all sides of the situation, which is stopping you from having problems within your career path, in your business, without knowing where it's initially from. With the Two of Cups, you get, justice, harmony, balance. You've got the Two of Cups in the Justice card, and you've got the Two of Cups there, obviously. And it's you being in line with yourself, I think, is giving you that clear vision through the forest to see where you should be going. And it's freeing you up enormously. With the Eight of Swords, you get the Four of Cups. I think you've had to do a lot of distilling about your connections with people and stuff like that, and condensing your life into a real sort of direction. I think that is what is, made that sort of Eight of Swords scenario where you felt like you're a little bit trapped because you've condensed maybe a little bit too much, and you haven't been looking to the future. You've been looking to the past. And now it should be, you've got to be heading towards the future here. Patience, being patient is over. With the Hermit, you get the Ten of Wands. Sorry. I think this Hermit doesn't. He's not the fastest. He's not the fastest card in the deck. And with this Hermit card, you get the Ten of Wands, which is not necessarily the fastest card in the deck either. It's like a steam train. I imagine like an old, a train in the station as it leaves. It's like it builds, it builds, it builds, it builds, it builds. And having this patience and having this control over your emotions in order to build something is going to be very fortuitous for you going forward. I think you should. This is where that patient card comes in. I think as well. You know, the progressional path of it, of these wonderful gifts, it's got to be unpacked slowly but surely. And with the Empress, you get the Knight of Knight of Wands. Yeah, Knight of Wands with the Empress card. This is where you're going to be using your passions rather than your emotions to define the limits of what you're doing as a career path, as a business, or as a project. And it's really helping to define a very good success, because I think it's tied into that Nine of Cups there. You've got a lot of opportunities coming your way, but you've got to approach it in a way that, and this is on the financial side, is a very methodical sort of way. You've got this methodical sort of way that could be applied within your relationship side, so you just don't lose direction of this beautiful energy that is there. So, yes, there you go, Cancer. Thank you very much for being here. Really do appreciate it. Don't forget about our sister channel, CYMATIC TV. All the links in the description below, in any which way you see fit to sort of help support this channel. Yeah. Hope you get the best out of these readings. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.